so hungry.
Hey everyone, it's me, Lisa Lillian, also known as Hungry Girl. I am so excited to be here with Mikey and Jamie. Hey guys.
Hello.
Hi,
how
Lisa.
Are you?
Are you excited about this week's episode of the podcast?
I am really like extra excited. Seriously.
I'm extremely excited. There's something that I've been wanting to try for a long time, so I'm really excited.
Really? Well, it's another episode where we're going to talk about products and we are going to taste things. But I am like overly excited because this is my pantry haul episode.
Yay.
And so basically I walked into my pantry and I said, let me pick out a whole bunch of stuff that is sort of underground that some people may not know about, that even Mikey and Jamie may not know about. And let's try them and discuss them and see where it goes. And hopefully people will be excited about discovering new things. What do you think?
Love it.
Yeah, I can't wait. I've never been more excited.
Never, ever.
Ever.
We couldn't sleep last night, Lisa.
Well, you must have had like loud noises. Was there construction going on or something? Anyway, I do think some of the stuff is going to be it's a little off the beaten path, and I hope I don't scare anyone. I want to start by saying that. So please.
I may be slightly frightened of one item, but I'm excited. I think there's some cool things here.
I'm a little frightened too.
Mikey, you want to start us off with anything fun?
Okay, so remember last year, YoPlay, or YoPlate, as Jamie calls it, came out with Starburst yogurt. Remember that? We went to the store and we got it. It was really good. Okay, so this year, it's YoPlay Gushers. You remember Gushers, the fruit snack? It was from the 90s. It had like bursting fruit everywhere.
I have Gushers in my house right now. Don't judge me.
Oh, okay. So you know Gushers. Okay. Okay. So the yogurt is, your standard YoPlay yogurt with the bursting beads, which is the Gushers. And they come in blue raspberry, tropical punch, green apple. And they're like extremely new. Like I think they came out yesterday. So we haven't been able to get them. And I don't know the stats, but they should be in stores everywhere very soon.
I am honestly ridiculously excited about this. And I know this is every week we reveal little known facts about me, but I am obsessed with tropical Gushers.
Oh, wow.
And I know this because I used to have a nephew that lived with us when he was 16 for a summer. And he insisted that I buy them all the time. And I would always steal them from him and eat them. And now my niece who lives with us is obsessed with Gushers. And we bought them last week at Aldi when we were there.
Oh, wow.
And the best are the tropical blue. So I cannot wait to try this yogurt.
Cool.
I'm so intrigued by the bursting beads.
It's like liquid goo. I don't know what they mean by beads. Oh, I guess they must be actual Gushers inside the yogurt, like pieces.
Yeah, it's like beads, I think, of the yogurt. So it's like once you bite into it, it gushes that goo that you're talking about.
Wow.
Okay, I'm curious to know if they're going to have actual Gushers in the yogurt or it's going to be like beads like you get, like the fake boba at the yogurt shop. It might be that. Okay. But we'll see. All right, we'll see.
That's all I got.
Anyway. All right, well, that was good. You don't have to apologize for that's all you've got. That's a good one,
good.
Mike.
Yay.
I loved it. And very excited. We're going to jump in. Before we jump into my pantry haul, we have something fun. We have a fan of the week. Jamie, what do we know about this fan of the week, other than the fact that she sent us an amazing surprise?
Well, that's what we know about her. She's Kelly R. She's definitely a podcast fan because when we spoke about something last week and said we were interested in trying it, she came through and she sent it to us.
It's not even that. I basically begged anyone in the audience to send us something. And she did. I'm glad. You would have thought we would have gotten like 10 things, but we got one. And that is because Kelly R rocks. The R must stand for rocks.
It does. It actually does, for real. No, I'm kidding.
All right. So she sent us the zero net carb bread from Aldi. And by the way, I went back twice to see if I could find it. I could not. So either my store doesn't carry it or it's just so popular that it always sells out. But she sent it in two, not one, but two flavors, wheat and multi-seed. Are we going to try it now?
Yeah,
definitely. And the deal with these is they have 9 grams total carbs, but they also have 9 grams fiber. So that's how you get the 0 net gram carbs.
Lisa, which one are you going with first?
Amazing. Well, I'm going to go with, one has 40 calories, one has 45 calories. So both super low. But let's go for the whole wheat.
Whole wheat?
The wheat. And I have toasted, and I have untoasted.
Okay.
What are you
I'm going to do
trying?
toasted first.
Me too. Very, very, very dry.
Maybe try the non-toast version.
Really dry.
See if that's
Super dry.
moister.
What do you think?
More moist.
Yeah, let's...
Mm-hmm.
You eat toast.
But I always find that things Things that are zero
it's
net
dry the other
carbs
way
are
too, but-
usually kind of dry.
How do you think it compares? So last week we tried the Fit and Active multigrain bread, which is also 45 calories a slice, but not nearly as much fiber. How do you think it compares to like other light bread like that?
I think this is less delicious than even that. It's okay. I would eat this though. It's just, it reminds me of like diet bread my mom used to eat like in the 80s.
Okay, and just a little more info. So we believe this is an Aldi exclusive. And compared to regular, light bread, it's, other than that fiber, it's pretty similar. It has a little more protein, but one smart point, which is the same as the bread we tried last week.
What'd you think of the multi-seed?
It feels really good. I think the multi-seed is a little better.
I thought the same.
I
What do
love
you think?
seedy bread.
Yeah, I like it better.
It's really not even, I mean, like, I don't see any seeds, let alone multi-seeds.
It's weird. I had
Where are the seeds?
Uniseed
had-
bread.
in ours, we had like the toasted one had a lot of seeds, but the untoasted one I can't find a seed. So
I literally can't find one seed. There is not nary a seed in my bread. Oh my God. But Lolly is very interested. Let me let her try it. Oh, she loves it. Okay, Lolly. Good work. Well, Kelly, we love you. Are we sending Kelly a surprise? We should.
We are.
Definitely.
I don't know
I'm
what
coming
yet.
to her house. I'm going to go. Where does she live? I'll come to her house and cook dinner.
I don't know, but I'm sure she'll accept you as long as you quarantine for 14 days before you go. No,
I'll wear a mask and I'll stand 6 feet away from her kitchen
there you
table.
go.
Okay. So are we ready to jump in? This is not, first of all, I don't know if you have actually made something with our first item or we're just going to discuss it, but
Oh, we are ready.
wow. Okay. First thing is, this is a new discovery of mine. I had heard of it before, and I know we had used it in salad dressing recipes in the past. And it's a product that people bake with. If people are gluten avoiders, they use it because it acts as an alternative to like wheat or gluten in baking. But it's called xanthan gum, and it's XANTHAN gum. I actually thought it was xanthan gum.
Me too.
It's xanthan gum. I'm so embarrassed because I've talked about it like 1,000 times and I keep calling it xanthan gum. But now that I'm spelling it, I realize that I'm a nut and I've been saying it wrong. And it says great for baking. And the kind I have is by Bob's Red Mill. I'm going to say this little bag I saw in the supermarket yesterday for $14. It's expensive, but it lasts forever. So
We found, and we can link you to it on the Foodcast page, which is hungry-girl.com/foodcast. We found some super highly rated versions on Amazon that are only like $6.
oh, that's good. And hopefully it's a nice big serving size. But let me tell you what I've been using it for. And hopefully that's what you have in front of you, because it virtually adds no calories for the amount that you use, but either a 1/4 teaspoon or a 1/2 teaspoon in one of your protein shakes or coffee drinks or anything that you put in a blender that uses ice and water and liquid. It just makes the texture perfect. Like there's nothing that can compare. So tell me, Mike, what do you have in front of you?
Okay, I made coffee, and then I made the coffee that you dropped off a few weeks ago. The what was it? The Hostess.
Yeah, it was like it's like ding dong flavored Keurig coffee.
So I
Yeah.
made that coffee with ice, and then just the xanthan gum, and I was amazed what happened.
The texture.
Like
Did you guys
double
try
in
it?
size.
Yeah, it
We're
doubled.
about to.
No, we're going to do it now. But it doubled it. Like I used. I don't know if you can see this. I used. I have a pretty big. I don't know. This is like 16-ounce blender thing, and I put only half ice and coffee, and then it doubled the size.
Well,
Like-
what it does, like I find that a lot of drinks that use ice, like I make a lot of things with things that hardly have any calories. So if you're going to make a smoothie or a shake and use a lot of frozen fruit or peanut butter or banana or frozen mango, that stuff really fills out your shake, but it also fills out everything else about you because it adds tons of calories. So sometimes if I'm making a coffee drink, I have like more liquid and ice. And what ends up happening is the two separate. So it'll be like pools of liquid with chunks of crushed ice or like slushy ice. But the xanthan gum marries it, brings it together. And that's what you're seeing as your double the size because it just fills out the whole glass. And it's phenomenal. Did you try it? Did you try the texture?
No, I'm so excited
About
to.
to.
Let's do it.
All right, I'll go first.
It looks very
It's
thick.
totally tasteless, the xanthan gum. So you won't even know it's in there.
Wow, it makes it almost like almost like whipped cream texture. It's crazy.
Oh, it's super fluffy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a thickener. And how is that Ding Dong coffee? It's like, I can't
It's
believe
actually great. We don't have any sweetener in
Wait,
it,
is
and
that
tastes
Ding Dong
sweet and
like
delicious.
black coffee?
It's just coffee and almond milk and ice.
Yeah.
And that's delicious.
Thank you.
Well, if it tastes sweet, then if it tastes sweet, we've got a problem. Then maybe are you sure you're not drinking Ding Dong hot cocoa?
No, it's coffee.
Oh, yeah.
Not
no,
sweet, but it tastes like balanced. It doesn't taste like the flavor is really coming through.
Okay, good. It tastes like chocolate too?
Yeah.
A little bit, like cocoa.
Because I never tried the Ding Dong coffee. I only know the Ding Dong hot cocoa and the Ding Dong shake that I made that's coming up on Facebook in a few days. So I'm excited about that.
If you come ding dong our doorbell, we'll leave we'll give you a sip of this.
Actually, our doorbell is broken, so you have to knock knock instead of ding
Well,
dong.
hopefully you'll leave some knock knock coffee for me. But this xanthan gum, it is great for baking, although I have not tried it for baking. It adds texture. And when I went to look to see what it's made of, because when I talked about this on a Facebook Live, someone said, what is it made of? And there's only one ingredient, and that ingredient is xanthan gum. So I don't know how helpful that is. What the heck is it? Do we know?
Can you imagine if everything was like that? Like we're trying, like if we were trying,
Apples, and the ingredient was apples.
Yes. Crackers.
Ingredient,
Yeah, if we were
crackers.
trying crackers.
But what is it?
Yeah.
Does anyone know? Anyone know here what it is? Okay.
No idea.
It's natural, because if Bob from Bob's Red Mills, big giant head, is on this package, everything he does is natural. So we like this.
I wonder if it comes from like a plant, like you know how like psyllium husk, it's like all natural. It's like a plant or whatever. So I wonder if xanthan gum is
You know what we're going to do? We're going to figure out what that is, and we're going to put it on our show page so people feel like they're not listening to us and we're just fools who don't know anything. We're going to actually do the research, and we're going to help you.
Here, wait. You know what? Instead of that, you want to hear what Wikipedia has to say about xanthan gum?
I do.
It's a polysaccharide, which everyone knows what that is, with many uses, including a common food additive. So that's all they're telling us. It's a polysaccharide. And it gives us the molar mass and chemical formula, if anyone wants to know that.
Polysaccharide. I remember her. Okay. Are we ready to move on?
Moving on.
All right. I do think people should buy the xanthan gum, though. Just saying. Next up, we have a product that I did not know until Mikey said this the other day when I had mentioned it, that these guys were on Shark Tank.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Is that true? It's a Bohana popped water lily seed. Bohana popped water lily seeds. And what I have to tell you, I did not know what a water lily seed was. I don't even know what a water lily is. Isn't it a flower? Is it a flower?
I'm not sure exactly what it is, but they said this is not the same as like those giant lily pads that you're used to seeing like frogs hop around on. It's something different than that.
Oh, I was hoping there'd be a toad in my bag. No, but what I like about these, they have the texture of like, imagine like a sturdier cheese ball, and they're a little smaller. So it's almost a little bit like a light, crunchy cereal, and you get a huge serving for 120 calories. So this bag has 2 servings. If you ate the whole thing, it's only 240 calories. But I do think the serving size is even a little bit too big to eat all at once. So
Yeah, you get 60 pieces. I'm going to try
60
this now. And I
pieces, all right.
learned on Shark Tank that they consider it like a popcorn alternative.
It's like, to me, it's like popcorn, or instead of eating pretzels or potato chips, it's like a
I like it.
salty, crunchy snack that I'm obsessing over right now.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. It feels like a lighter, healthier cheese puff because it is this a cheese flavor? It is cheesy.
Yeah, this one is wild white cheddar. And this is the thing. I've tried other competitors who make popped water lily seeds, and they taste a little weird. One of them tasted like Band-Aids, but whatever this company does, they add great flavors. So there's like I think a sriracha or a chili flavor. There's a cheddar flavor. There's a Himalayan sea salt flavor. They're all amazing. Every one of them.
Yeah, this wild white cheddar is
It's so
wildly
good.
delicious. And that is, so you get 60 pieces, like Lisa said, 110 to 120 calories, 3 to 4 smart points. And you can get those on Amazon and in select supermarkets.
Yeah, we'll link to it on the Foodcast page.
Yeah, I ordered a giant box of them on Amazon. And I was sad to give you a bag.
No, we can give it back. We only
No,
need 2.
Please finish it and enjoy it, because they're just too good. Even the bag is so pretty.
It is.
Yeah,
Good
I
branding.
definitely will finish that bag. Not today. Well, maybe today. Who knows? We'll see. I'm pretty sure they got a deal also. It was a really nice lady who was the founder. Like, I'm pretty sure it was a
I
rough
think
one
so.
for her, but they got the deal on Shark Tank.
Oh, good. I'm really glad. I have to say, like a lot of these lighter, crunchy, salty snack alternatives, the calorie counts are still a little high. Like they're probably
Mhm.
better than potato chips, but when you really look at it, you pay attention, you feel like you're not getting a really big serving size. You're not necessarily getting a huge bang for your calorie buck, but these are different. And that to me is the biggest selling point for these and why I love them so much. So I highly recommend people check these out.
I might have just finished them. No, I'm kidding.
All right, next up, this is a product that I discovered because someone mailed it to us. I guess the PR firm or the company themselves sent it to us. And I've since raved about it. And I order these all the time on Amazon, but apparently they are readily available at a Dollar Tree or some sort of a dollar store near you. They're called Wiley Wallaby Soft and Chewy Gourmet Licorice.
Yes. I'm so excited.
Mike's been eyeing that for days since you dropped it off, but I wouldn't let him try it. He has to try it live.
Well, you know, years ago I was obsessed with Panda licorice, and Panda is all natural. I think this is all natural too. But what I like about these is look at the size of these licorice chunks. You want to get the ones. This is classic red, and it's strawberry flavored licorice, a delicious twist of fruit, chewy goodness, no high fructose corn syrup. It's fat free. And to me, this is the best licorice I've ever had in my entire life. Hands down. Like it's so good.
I jumped
Whoa.
I jumped the gun. This is so amazing. Oh my
Those
God.
pieces are huge. Like I would say like a medium-sized child's thumb.
You know what it is? It's like Twizzlers on steroids. Like
Well
And-
said.
But the texture is so much better. Like, you know how like Twizzlers and Red Vines taste like plasticky? This tastes like, imagine like a Twizzler and then the most amazing fruit snack had a baby. That's what the texture is of this.
yeah.
and you get 3 of those really, really jumbo pieces for 80 to 90 calories and 3 to 4 smart points.
I just had 4 of them.
You did?
Really?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. They're amazing.
You're an animal. This is so good. Like I have to say, I used these to make that recipe on Facebook a few weeks ago. I took like a rice cake. It was like maybe a popcorn flavored rice cake and put a little like marshmallow fluff and I drizzled chocolate syrup and then I cut up a chunk of this. It's like the greatest thing ever. Such a fun snack.
Do you like it comes in other flavors, right?
Yes, I've tried. Okay. I got a gift pack for myself just to celebrate one day in quarantine. And one of the flavors was Huckleberry, which to me, the only Huckleberry I know is Huckleberry Hound, who's a cartoon character. But it tasted like grape. And then I've tried the green apple. And a Hungry Girl fan posted that she has tried these in pineapple, which I would
Oh wow.
I would love to try. Hint, hint, hint. No, I've not seen the pineapple ones anywhere, but it comes in other flavors. But to me, the classic red is the way to go.
Have you tried the black licorice of the Wileys?
No, I don't really like black licorice, but people love it. Like I sent these to my mom, and she loved the black licorice.
I might have to order some. I love black licorice. I like red licorice better, but black licorice is a good second right behind it. Do you realize that the first, 2 of the first 3 products here are these? Yeah. It's like movie night. Like it's like a popcorn substitute, and then you have the licorice. It's like a
Wow. And I've been watching movies lately. So
Yeah.
there you go. Good. But I don't really snack when I watch movies. Is that weird? I never, ever, ever snack when I watch movies.
We always eat dinner in front of the TV and I like can't eat until there's something great on TV. No matter how hungry I am, we will flip channels and I can't have that first bite until I have something excellent to watch. Is that weird?
No, I don't think it's weird. It's just that like to me, I feel like I like to pay attention to the food. So I feel like I'm distracted if I'm watching something. I feel like I have to do those 2 things separately, but I think more people are like you than like me. Okay, next product. I have my sister Mary. Hi, Mary, if you're out there listening. I don't know if she listens to the podcast, but if she does she?
She does.
She
I'm
tipped
sure
me
she
off to
does.
this product, and I have to say I use it in a very specific way. It is called V8 Plus Energy. It comes in several flavors, but the flavor that I have become obsessed with is peach mango. It has 50 calories a can, but I've in all honesty, never, ever, ever had a can of this. I've only used it to sort of spike my Hungry Girl, your daily Bright Boost with. So I use like 2 ounces. How many? First of all, this can is 50% juice. It's sort of like a half calorie juice situation with added energy. Does it have caffeine and vitamins? I think it does, but I can't say I recommend this as a standalone drink. I think of it as like the best tasting add-on you could imagine. So things I would do with this are spike my Perrier, use it to make a cocktail taste a little bit more delicious. Every single morning, I add 1 to 2 ounces to my Your Daily Bright Boost. It has very specific purpose for me, but I want you to taste it as a standalone drink just to see how delicious it is.
That was a good crack.
Not fizzy, juicy.
Wow. That's amazing. I love it. I'm going to drink this whole thing.
Steady energy from black tea and green tea. So what else do we know about this stuff?
Well, what's interesting is they do, I know you said it's not fizzy, they do have a sparkling line that just came out. Have you tried that?
No, I've only even tried this flavor. Like this is, what is this? It's sugar, right? But is it sweetened with anything else other than sugar?
No, well, it's no sugar added, so it's just the sugar from the fruit juice, but it does say sucralose.
Oh, so it has a little bit of that Splenda situation.
But
interesting, because I tend to avoid sucralose, so I'm glad I'm only having like 1 ounce to 2 ounces a day.
But it says it's 1 combined serving of veggies and fruit, no artificial colors, non-GMO, and a good source of B vitamins. Actually, sorry, strike that. An excellent source of B vitamins.
Excellent. You know what? I'm going to tell them, V8 people, this would be natural. Then why don't they make it natural and just add a tiny bit of stevia instead of the sucralose?
Yeah.
Just a note, if you're listening, you guys should do that. Okay, are we ready? Are we ready for number 3?
Oh,
I mean, number 4.
I'm ready.
Sorry,
I don't
number
know
4.
If I'm ready.
Okay, this is an item. I have to be honest, when I saw it, I almost hid under the table. I was so frightened. I saw it online. I saw it on Amazon. I was brave. I was bold. I one-clicked it. I bought it because I thought my niece might enjoy it, but it's a giant can of hot dogs that are vegan. And I swear to you, like the idea, let me just put it all out there. The can looks like it was made in 1970. It's made by Loma Linda, by the way. Loma Linda makes the best vegan products. They do a lot of the ready-to-eat meals. They do the meat substitutes. I love, love, love Loma Linda. They make a great tuna substitute. So it's a company that I knew that I trusted. And I looked at the reviews on Amazon and they were through the roof. All 4 and 5 stars. So I said, I'm going to take a chance. I ordered it. The can showed up. The can looked like it was from 1970. I opened it up. There's some scary liquid inside. And then 5 hot dogs crammed together like they are on top of each other to the point where you have to like yank them out. Mike, who opened that can? Mikey, was it you?
Yeah, I did. It was I had to use a knife, like a steak knife, and I stuck in the middle of one of them and pulled that one out, and then I was able to get all the other ones out.
I mean, they are like crammed in there like nobody's business. And I just was like, I did not know what to expect. I immediately made air fryer pigs in a blanket with them, served them to my niece. I used like that crescent roll dough from Pillsbury to die for. And then I said, wow, I'm in love with these scary canned hot dogs.
Oh my God, I'm so scared. Vegetable and grain protein links. All right, you ready?
First of all, I want to say a few things. I always consider that they have 110 calories per. That's what I always figure, but I don't know if they do. I want you to try them. I grilled them. I think they're amazing. I'm trying it with mustard.
They smell good.
I'm pleasantly surprised. That's pretty good. Wow. I might
That's
actually
like
have this
one
for
of
lunch.
the better meatless. That might be the best meatless hot dog I've tried.
Right. Usually they taste like Band-Aids.
Yeah.
I know I say that a lot, but it's true.
I am so impressed with that.
Mm-hmm. That was really good.
Well, what is it made of?
It's wheat, gluten, soy protein. Those are the 2 different things. Because it does have 11 grams of protein per large and in charge frank.
And what else is it in there? Are there spices? It really tastes good.
Dried onion, soy flour.
I taste celery.
Garlic powder.
Celery.
Smoke
I hate
flavor.
celery.
Oh, this is cool. Smoke flavor. That makes sense.
Yeah, it tastes smoky. I just love these. I don't know if they're for sale in supermarkets. I know that I buy them like 3 cans at a time on Amazon, but I have to share it with the world because they're too good to ignore.
And honestly, if you had a barbecue and people didn't see the can and you just put them on the grill and were like, hey, veggie dogs, like they're delicious.
Yeah.
And you can, by the way, get them on Amazon, Walmart.com, and some supermarkets.
And I love that they're called Big Franks.
Yeah.
And you know
Because
what?
that's what I grew up thinking they were called. Franks. What?
This could be part of your earthquake kit because they're
yeah.
in a can.
Oh, yeah. That's actually a great idea. That's a really good idea.
Or if you're in the Midwest, your tornado kit, and on the East Coast, your hurricane kit.
Your
covered.
multi-disaster kit.
There you go.
They're part of your disaster plan, but they are not a disaster themselves.
Nope.
Mm-mm.
Okay, moving on. The next item is, this is another weird one, but it is just called citric acid. Now, most people think of citric acid is just like an ingredient. When you're glancing over an ingredient list for some product, you see citric acid in whatever it is, juices or a bazillion different things that you might get.
It's in
powders.
It's in the V8 energy drink.
Of course it is. That's what makes it taste so good. So here's the deal. Like, I feel like I have a pretty good palate. Like, I don't know all the fancy terms for everything, but I know that I've got good taste buds. And a lot of the time I'll taste a product and I'll say, you know what? It's too flat sweet. Like, there's no depth. There's no sort of nothing to differentiate the flavor. And then that's when my citric acid comes into play. So if I'm making a shake or a smoothie or something like that is made with strawberry or another sort of fruit flavor that's just overly sweet, but I want some personality, I will sprinkle a little citric acid into it. And it's like, you might as well call it sour powder.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's probably it's on the outside of your, whatever those
Sour
are.
Patch Kids.
Patch Kids.
Yeah.
Exactly. And it's great. I don't know. Are you guys trying it alone?
Mike was going to add it to the V8 energy drink, but I didn't realize that it already has citric acid in there.
Well, you know what? Put a sprinkle on a Wily Wallaby, Mike, and see
Oh.
how it goes. I guarantee you it'll be good.
I'm going to taste it on my finger.
I'll dip it
It's
Wasn't
yummy,
there-
right?
Woo! Very intense. Wasn't there a froyo place that used to offer it like as a side? Oh no,
Yeah,
what
it was
that
Shave
place
It,
we
the
used to go
Shave Ice
to?
place.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember we used to go there to get shave ice, and like Erin would get the sour powder on the side and then keep it in a little container and then carry it around with her.
Yes, that's
She would like take it. She would be like, "I have some sour powder in my purse."
Oh, wow. That's great.
Oh, it's good on your Wily Wallaby.
Well, you know, they have the Sour Patch licorice, right? So this is what it tastes like.
Oh,
Or is it Twizzlers
Wow.
that has the sour on it? There's a licorice that has sour on it. And that's
It's in
exactly
your
what it tastes
hand.
like.
and now it's in your hand. So what do you? I hope you're not, Mike. I hope you're not like licking the licorice and then dipping it into whatever communal bowl.
I mean, it's just us.
So this, it comes in a bag, and my bag says it's just citric acid, nothing else, and this will last you 400 lifetimes. I put it in a salt shaker in my house, but all over the salt shaker I put messaging that says, "Warning, sour, sour, sour," so people don't think it's salt, and sprinkle it on their eggs.
Have you done the grape thing with citric acid?
I don't think that I have, but I have to say it just reminded me we should take that. Remember how we took those frozen grapes covered in yogurt?
Mhm.
We should sprinkle this on top of that. It would be amazing.
Ooh. Especially like, imagine if you did a grape with blueberry yogurt and citric acid.
Yummy.
I sense a
Totally
Facebook
yummy.
Live
And then you
coming
freeze
up.
them, right?
Yes, totally frozen.
So you can get citric acid at Target, Walmart, other retailers, Amazon. Almost everything we have today can be bought on Amazon.
Oh, and at the Vitamin Shoppy.
The Shoppy.
The Vitamin Shoppy. Okay.
Fancy shop.
Fancy. If you add an E to the end of any word, it's fancy. All right. And the last item today, definitely last but not least, this is something that I have to say, I'll always use the term, it's an MVP in my kitchen. This is truly like one of, I would say, the top 5 MVPs in my kitchen for the past 3 months. It is Swerve Brown Sugar. Can we get some applause for Swerve Brown Sugar? This is the ultimate sugar replacement. And I have to say, Jamie, I remember and I'm embarrassed of this story, but I'm going to tell it anyway.
Uh-oh.
I remember it's embarrassing for me. I just remember we were doing some kind of a poll to the audience where I was like, what's your sugar replacement of choice? And I was like, Splenda, sucralose, aspartame, NutraSweet, stevia, Truvia, whatever. And you were like, what about other? There are others. And I was like, what do you mean there are others? And you said, Swerve. And I giggled. I was like, what the heck is Swerve? This was like years ago. And I just thought it was like some outdated sweetener, but it's actually sweetened with erythritol, and Swerve has changed my life. I use all of their products. I am obsessed. I have Swerve in packets. I have Swerve confectioner sugar. I have Swerve granular. But my MVP is the Swerve brown sugar, which is to die for amazing. And what I like about it is it tastes just like regular brown sugar. They say it's 0 calories per teaspoon, so that's what I'm going with. And it's a little cool. So like the erythritol makes it like cool in your mouth. And it's just amazing. I love it.
Well, and I love this because you are actually quite picky when it comes to sugar substitutes. And you will be the first one to say, like, if something has too, like the stevia is bitter. So I feel like for something that's a straight up sugar replacement, the fact that you love it is really high praise.
And I'll use this, like, sometimes I'll do the half and half thing. Isn't it so yummy? Like I used to do a lot of half and half where I'll use some real brown sugar, and I think for a while we were trying some of the other sugar substitute brown sugars, but this works alone. Like I made this coffee cake in a mug this week on Facebook, and the topping, this brown sugar is in the inside of the cake, and it's also the topping with a little cinnamon, and it gets all melty and incredible, and it just tastes like the real thing.
I was going to say, I used to have coffee with brown sugar, and I just do coffee black now, but could you put that in coffee?
Oh, yes. Why not? Like, try it.
That sounds great.
Wow.
You know what I like about this too is that it measures cup for cup like sugar. So some sugar replacements are twice as sweet. So if you want to use it in like your grandma's recipe, you have to like remember the math, or it'll be way too sweet. But this is, if you have a recipe that calls for a cup of brown sugar, you use a cup of this.
Amazing. We have to really do a little research because I feel like there's got to be some calories at some point.
Well,
so what do we think that is?
Okay. So it's got 4 carbs, but all 4 of those carbs are the erythritol. And erythritol has negligible calories. So a teaspoon.
Less than 5.
Definitely has less than 5 calories, but like probably way less than 5 because erythritol is not like a gram of sugar. It's almost calorie free.
So I guess if you use a tablespoon or a few tablespoons, it's still probably 10 or 15 calories for 2 tablespoons or something like that. Okay.
Something.
Well, that's good. It's totally worth it, whatever it is. I just think it's magical. And I love the Swerve people. They make a great pancake mix. They make a great brownie mix, which is a brand new product that I love. They have a cake mix. I just think they know what they're doing in the world of sugar substitutes. So good work.
Agreed.
Yay, good.
Normally at this point we would rate the products, but I feel like these came from your pantry, so they're probably all 10s.
They're all 10s.
Yay.
They're 10. There's some 10 and a half. There's some 11s, but they're all at least a 10.
Nice.
All right, Lisa, here's my question, my wrap-up question. If somebody was going to buy one product only from your list, what's the one product that they've got to try?
Wow. Okay. I'm going to cheat now. I'm going to say the one product would be the Swerve brown sugar. If you could only buy one. However,
why is that a cheat?
Because there's a however as part of this. I have to say that V8 Energy changes my life every single day when I add 1 to 2 ounces to my Your Daily Bright Boost with my Metamucil. Just the combination of those things together, it's just through the roof amazing, and I can't sing its praises more highly.
Good job. Good job, pantry items.
So wait, we have a whole list. Everything that I've talked about is going to be on our show page, which is at hungry-girl.com/foodcast, right? Everything's going to be there?
Yep.
It will.
And do we have any surprises? Anything else on that page?
Maybe a recipe or 2 that you've mentioned today.
Oh, yeah. Maybe we should link to the coffee cake in a mug recipe.
Yes,
Cool.
Definitely.
Oh, okay. Also, we are not here next week. No podcast next week because we'll be celebrating our nation's birthday, right? July 4th.
Mm-hmm. Happy birthday, America.
So when are we back?
The following Wednesday.
It'll be July, is that 8th maybe?
right before my birthday.
Oh yeah, it's Jamie's birthday
and if
show.
Wow, we're gonna have a big Swerve birthday cake. And Mikey, if people miss us and they want to text you, what do they do?
805-380-8075.
Good. And everybody should sign up for daily emails. And if you're bored, first of all, sign up for daily emails at hungry-girl.com. And if you're bored and you really miss us next week, you should write a review for this podcast at, where is it? iTunes?
They can do it on iTunes or whichever app they use to listen to the podcast. But most people are listening on iTunes. So if you scroll down to the bottom of the podcast page, there'll be a thing that says write a review, and you click it and you write a review.
I love that that's our cure for boredom, is write a review for us.
Well, what's better? What's a better cure for boredom? All right. Well, is that it? Do we have anything else? Are we done?
That's
That's
all
it.
we've got.
Okay. Well, I hope everybody enjoyed everything this week. I know I did. And we will be back soon enough with another great episode. I'm Lisa Lillian. Happy July 4th to you guys. Happy birthday, America, and have a great day. I'm Lisa Lillian, also known as Hungry Girl. Till next time, chew the right thing.